In my last video, I talked about how you can write a research proposal, a synopsis using different AI tools like Google Gemini, ChatGPT, and there are more. In this video, I will again be continuing that research proposal theme, but here I will discuss the three concepts that usually are described in a research proposal for either any research paper or on your thesis or any sort of primary research setting. So these three concepts, very especially the beginners and even the established researchers, they always just are confused about these three terms. So what are those terms? Those terms are actually this research aim, research objectives, and rationale. So if you will have these words of aims, objectives, and rationale, for layman, for in general English terms, they may sound similar, and yes, they are a bit similar terms, because ultimately you can take the same meaning from all those words. But when we are talking about the research, when you're doing our research project, actually all these three scientific terms have their different meaning and perspectives, and even I used to be confused till more recently. So today I will just make simplify these three terms related to your research proposal or your research thesis and research project. And what is this? That is, first I will discuss about this research aim. So what research aim is? As the word aim means, it should be your goal for anything. In research, what is your research aim? Another term is research objective. Now what's the difference between these two? And the third term that is used in research, that is the rationale. So first I will talk about this research aim. What is research aim? Research aim is actually a broader goal, a broad goal of your research, a broad purpose of research project. You can say it is actually the what of your research. The term what of your research is actually your research aim. See what is saying, that the research aim is an overarching purpose or a general question that guides your entire study. It defines the big picture of what you hope to achieve with research. So research aim actually is a general purpose of your research, a broad goal of your research that actually overarches your main research objective. How? Just here I write an example that, say for example, you are going to investigate the effectiveness of a new drug that is called as the drug X. That can be any drug X, in reducing the blood pressure in patients with hypertension. So this is actually your research aim, that you are going to investigate the effectiveness of a new drug drug X in reducing blood pressure in patients with hypertension. So this is a general statement. There are many drugs for hypertension out there, and there are many being made. So if you made a new drug and you're going to investigate the effects of that drug for that research project, your aim, which is a general goal of your any research project, that will be very simple, that you want to investigate the effectiveness of a drug XYZ, whatever it is, in reducing blood pressure in which patients with hypertension. So that is actually your aim. You want to achieve the effectiveness of that drug in comparison with other drugs available. But then what is the objective? What is your research objective actually? So your research objective is actually your specific steps. Yes, research objectives are actually the specific steps that you will take in that particular research to achieve that aim. So in simply, the research objective is actually the why. It's actually the why, it is the how of your research. That how. In aims I said it is a what. What is your aim? What is your purpose for this research? After explaining that what, now you will describe shortly how you will achieve that aim, how you will achieve that purpose and objective of research. So that how is actually the research objective, in which we just describe the specific steps that we will take to achieve that aim. Actually, research objectives breaks down that broader aim into smaller, more manageable and measurable steps. So what does that mean? That just we broadly described our aim is to see the effectiveness of a drug X for reducing blood pressure. In research objectives, we will break down that broader and general aim into one or more than one or two or three smaller steps, specific steps that are actually manageable, achievable and measurable. That will be our objective. Here is an example for the same research aim. So what is it? Is that it is actually the our objective one is we will compare the blood pressure reduction of drug X to a placebo in RCT. So say for example in that research, our aim was to see the effectiveness of a drug X for reducing blood pressure. In aims objectives, we have three objectives. First objective is we will compare the blood pressure reduction with a new drug in compared to a placebo in RCT. This is just a hypothetical. Our second objective is actually to evaluate the safety and side effects of that drug in the study population. So this is our second objective in this study. First was we will see the main thing, that how much blood pressure reduced with that drug in this RCT. Now in the same RCT we will also see the side effects of that drug X and also the safety of that drugs in that population. Third objective, I said the objectives can be many. Third objective is we will analyze the cost effectiveness of drug X compared to the existing BP medications. So we will also see that how cost effective that drug is. So see that our general aim was what? We will seeing that how effective is drug X in reducing blood pressure. But in objectives we have outlined that we have three objectives in this research. First we will see mainly how much blood pressure it is lowering. Second, how effective it is. Third, what are the side effects, potential side effects. And fourth, how cost effective it is. Is it too costly for patients? Is it cheaper? And such things. So now the reader, those who are doing research and as well as those who are using the results, they can be very specific. Okay, so this research paper, research project is answering these three objectives. So research objectives, actually you will break that you general research aim into one, two, or more than that particular smaller steps, practical steps that you will take, or what you will do in that research. So we'll specifically explain just in this way. I have explained in this example that objectives were three. First was to see the blood pressure reduction, second was to see the safety and side effects of that drug, and third was to see the cost effectiveness of the drug. So these are steps. Now what is the rationale? Now the term rationale actually means justification. What is the reason? So in research rationale we actually give a justification for our research. Why are we doing that research project, or why we are doing this particular research with these objectives? What is the rationale? So it is justification. Just see the example that the research rationale provides what? The background and justification for research. It provides a background as well as the justification for research. That explains that why the research is important, why this research is important, and what existing knowledge gaps it aims to address. That means in previous researches, in previous literatures, in the previous research projects, what was missing, that this research is going to answer, or probably going to answer, or may answer. So that is your rationale. Actually we'll tell the reason. Example in this here it is for rationale is that high blood pressure is a major risk factor for cardiovascular diseases, and existing medications have limitations that could be any such as side effect, cost, or polypharmacy. So this drug XYZ, whatever we are doing research on, shows that promise in early studies, and this research actually aims to investigate its potential for managing hypertension controlled setting. So just the key differences, one word, just I described already with you that scope of your aim is broad. Aim is a broader picture of your research, broader statement, a general statement of research. Objectives are actually specific. These are very specific steps. Broken research of the aims, so that will be can be measurable, there can be manageable. So objectives are specific. Then in terms of focus, aim of a research aims focus on what to achieve, what you wish to achieve from that research. Just in this example, I said that I want to achieve the effectiveness of drug X on blood pressure. So that is general term. There are many drugs who are affecting the blood pressure. But in objectives, I showed you how will I achieve it, how I will try to achieve it in this research. So that how is actually objective. I said that I will see the how much blood pressure is reducing with that drug, what are the side effects, how cost effective it is. Those are my specific objectives. And rationale is actually showing that why it's important. In rationale, you will say why it's important, why you wish to do that research, why there are many researches on the same question, why you wish to do this particular research. So will give you justifications. So I hope that you now will be able to determine the differences between your aims, the general picture, the general statement, general purpose of a research, objectives, the specific achievable, manageable steps that you will take, actually how you will achieve that purpose. These how actually are the objective, and rationally are your reasons for doing that research. I hope this could make these terms easier for you. Thank you.